Last year, everyone was up in arms about this new Scooby Doo show that didn't feature Scooby Doo. They also weren't very happy about the race swapping. Well, lo and behold, folks, like we always say, it only matters if it's good. And well, according to the Access Media, Velma just isn't very good.
The following is a world-class Bullshitters exclusive.
So race swapping has been a constant conversation for the last few years. It's part of the culture war, it's part of whatever you want to call this, fans versus creatives. We're in a world where they like to take established properties and mess with them. They like to throw in ideals and beliefs that are not necessarily a part of the original IP. They don't always have to go against the views and values of the IP, but they tend to stick out like a sore thumb. And the most recent example of that is Mindy Kaling's Velma. Now, Mindy Kaling is sort of well-liked in the press. She's everywhere. And now she's in the animated sphere. And well, it's just not that good. Here's what HBO Max's Velma is not. It's not the Scooby Doo you remember from your childhood, or that your parents do from theirs. It's neither a faithful update to those wholesome old cartoons, nor an attempt to reboot with a more dramatic heft. It's not just another supernatural teen drama, and it's not just another superhero origin story. It's too smart for all of that, or so it believes. From its first minute, Velma is a thoroughly meta affair, winking at the sillier staples of the Scooby-Doo universe. But if Velma delights in sending up all the usual tropes, it seems somewhat less sure of what it has to offer in their stead. The series is equally playful about lampshading its much-discussed choices to race-swap its characters or winking at Shaggy's pothead reputation. But Velma's insistence that it is not like other shows grows thin over the season's 10 half-hour episodes. In practice, however, this one feels plenty familiar, invoking the likes of Riverdale and its archness, Veronica Mars and its prickly crime-solving heroine, and most especially its HBO Max sister show, Harley Quinn. For every solid crack, there's an observation that feels like a repurposed tweet draft from some harried screenwriter's folder. I speak the truth without a filter, like every comedian before me, #MeToo, declares Velma. Never mind that the line doesn't make a ton of sense coming from a proud female teenager in 2023. The single most endearing element of Velma is paradoxically how unlikable she can be. How selfish, how self-righteous, how emotionally messy, in the way of a traumatized but also super horny teenager since time immemorial. Great, a show about a teenage douchebag, exactly what I want to watch on TV. I don't get why Hollywood likes to create unlikable characters, because all I want to do is fire them out of a cannon into the sun. I don't want to watch unlikable characters. I don't want to watch douchebags on screen. I want to watch likable characters. But for some reason, modern tropes love to make unlikable characters the heroes. Well, mainly the heroines. It's like, alright, you got a female lead. It's not about a female lead anymore, it's how unlikable will she be. Look at She-Hulk, not a very likable character. Most people bitch about her. What is it about these female-led roles where the main heroine has to be unlikable? We can go back to Captain Marvel. But that's not always the case. Look at Everything Everywhere All at Once. Female lead, likable character. These people just suck. But there's more than just the Hollywood Reporter talking about Velma. Here's another review, which doesn't really change the tone at all. It just, well, solidifies what's already been put out there. What holds Velma back from being a notable entry in the Scooby-Doo library is the identity crisis it faces. The writing is constantly at war with itself, unable to decide whether it wants to be an absurdist satire of the horror genre or the show's source material, or plays as a straightforward reinvention of the character in a YA lens. By tackling all of that simultaneously, Velma comes across as a hodgepodge of ideas that never connects, especially in its humor. What falls flat is the frustrating meta approach it takes. It's heavily reliant on analyzing and addressing horror, young adult, or Scooby-Doo tropes, along with quippy pop culture references as the basis of its humor. Oh, great. The combination of meta and pop culture comes across more annoying than it does funny. You go in wanting Kevin Williamson vibes, but you come out getting Ryan Reynolds. While the incredible animation and a talented voice cast keep things entertaining, Velma's inconsistent tone and humor prevent it from unmasking a darn good show. While it's barely able to function as a Scooby-Doo show without the talking Great Dane present, you can't help but strongly feel his absence. Well, after all the outrage and all the stupid decisions, the show wasn't very good at all. Doesn't it make you feel all warm and fuzzy inside? Anyone who voiced their displeasure with the idea of changing Velma was met with a series of mean responses. You were called many different things, but now the show's not being called very good, so I wonder how the defenders of Velma are gonna react. I love that. That's my favorite part about all of this. The fact that people want to defend a show. They want to go in, guns a-blazing. They want to make this show about their identity. At the end of the day, it's just a Scooby Doo cartoon, but I digress. But my favorite part of all of this is the fact that it kind of sucks. The critics have spoken. These are the people that are supposed to sing the praises of this shit. Oh, an early release. Oh, an early review. We're going to shill it up hard. This is the access media we're talking about. These are the same people that tell you that the first Suicide Squad was the highest rated DC film and how they all loved it. Same thing with Captain Marvel. It was the greatest movie. Black Panther 2, the greatest movie. All the access media loves this shit. They eat up anything that a company wants them to eat up, and they'll say thank you and beg for seconds. But not with Velma, not this time. Which goes to show you just how much of a dumpster fire the show is. A lot of modern animated shows kinda suck. They make me really long for the days of the classics like King of the Hill. Yeah, you have some modern great ones like Rick and Morty, but other shows like The Simpsons and Family Guy are still around, and then other more modern shows like Little Demon absolutely suck. What it is these creators are trying to be too edgy. They're trying to really take the medium of animation and flip it on its ear. They're like, hey guys, there's never been a cartoon for an adult. Let's go to the extreme. But all they're doing is looking like edgy teenagers trying to show off. We got blood, we got gore, we got tits, we got sex jokes. You got a good story with interesting characters. I care about the entire cast of King of the Hill. I used to care about the entire Mystery Gang. Scrappy always sucked, but I digress. My point is, this is another unlikable show created by people that think they're funnier than they truly are. They like to race swap, change it, hide behind the shield of identity politics, and then produce a show that's garbage. Well, this show has just passed through the small intestine, and it is shit. People don't like Velma. I wonder if it's going to be watched. I'm more interested in the meta-narrative around Velma. But most importantly, I'm interested to know what you think. So folks, tell me what you think about Velma's shit in the bed. I was never going to watch the show, but it was on my radar for being one of those shows. You know what I mean? One of those shows that doesn't look very interesting, but a bunch of weirdos on the internet will defend it to the death because of some reason. Well, good. They died on that hill, and it was a nasty hill to die on. But folks, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to go not die on a hill or on a beach Halo Reach style alone. I'm going to go and make the next video. So be on the lookout for that. Join us tomorrow night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And join us every Thursday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for World Class Bullshitters, the epitome of pop culture. We're on our way to episode 400. Tomorrow night is 3:39. So join us and be smart and never miss an episode. But folks, if you need more content until then, go to the back catalog. We have tons of content, over 1,000 videos, thousands of hours of live streams. We know you're going to love it. We are the epitome of pop culture, and we'll be back next time with more. So folks, thank you for watching. Be smart, be safe, be cool, but always be excellent to each other. Thanks for watching today's video. Yes, it's over, but don't cry because there's more, a lot more from World Class Bullshitters. And there's only one way to get it. Hit that subscribe button below. When you do that, you'll get notifications and updates from World Class Bullshitters every time we go live. Basically, you won't miss anything. And if there's one thing I hate, it's FOMO. But the thing most people hate more than FOMO is fear of missing out on World Class Bullshitters, because there's just some things you can't undo. So folks, do yourselves a favor and never miss anything from World Class Bullshitters. One last thing before you go, hit the thumbs up button. Not for our egos, no, they're big enough as this, but it does help us fight the algorithm here, and well, it's man versus machine, and that's the real fight. But if that's not your battle, that's okay. There's one last way you can help WCBS, and that's going over to shopwcbs.com, picking up a t-shirt, a beer glass, a sweatshirt, a poster, all sorts of ways to back WCBS. The difference between us and other YouTube channels is I'm the artist that makes all this stuff, so if you enjoy art beyond t-shirts, you can even read our comic books. We got it all. We're called the epitome of pop culture for a reason, and no, again, it's not for our egos. So folks, make sure you're involved with every aspect of World Class Bullshitters, not just for us, but do it for yourself. We're making the change in entertainment everybody out there wants to see. And a special thank you goes out to all of our wonderful patrons who make this content possible. Go to patreon.com/worldclassbs to get involved and help out the channel.